everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Torie and this is Holy City Mystic. Thank you so much for being here. So I collaborated with the amazing Anna from AstroVisionary to do this sign series where we go through and we talk about the bad reputations that each sign gets and actually why these signs are truly amazing. The sign we're going to talk about today is Scorpio.
At your sign.
Now I'm at my sign, yes. All right. So let me pull up the Scorpio memes. All right. You can't just erase people from your life. Scorpio just erasing people. Me manipulating myself so that I don't care and not get mad. Scorpio. So those two things kind of touch on the things that Scorpio gets a lot of hate for, which is being able to cut somebody out of your life. Also manipulation. Scorpio is fixed water and it's ruled by Mars. So it's like you have the heat of Mars in there and just that like really, really great intensity to Scorpio. A lot of people don't understand. And it's also very deep. I forget who described it like this, but there are pockets of water underneath the Earth's mantle, which they don't move very much. It is that fixed water quality, but it's really hot water because it's close to the magma that is down there. And that's kind of like the depth of Scorpio, where it's like, it's water, but it's like fire water. It's like really, really deep underground water that it has this ability to kill you if you're ever around it. But it's also there, like you can't ignore it, like it's still there. Also being evil, that's another one, probably because their modern ruler is Pluto, which is Lord of the Underworld, so literally the devil. What have you heard?
I think many people are not able to handle the truth from Scorpio, because Scorpios are not gonna talk around and make things prettier than they are. They're just gonna tell you how it is. And I think, we live in a society where nobody likes conflict and everyone tries to put things a little bit more beautifully, or everyone is afraid to really confront something. I am having such a hard time describing Scorpios in a bad way because I love Scorpios are probably one of my favorite signs. But yeah, it's the intensity that not many people are able to, I think, get along with, and that Scorpios are very direct and people get offended. Basically.
Yeah, Scorpios are not politically correct. Like they're not gonna like tiptoe around your feelings. It's the 8th house. So it really is like, we're going to talk about the things that people don't want to talk about. We're going to talk about sex. We're going to talk about money. We're going to talk about death. Like all these things where people are like, we don't talk about that at dinner.
Yeah.
They're just like shoveling food into their mouth. They're like, so this surgery the other day, like it's not really, yeah, for sure. And, the cutting people out of your life thing, it's kind of that quality, excuse me, of like trust. Like once a Scorpio's trust is broken, it's forever broken. They will never trust you again. And so, kind of similar to Taurus, which is the opposite sign, which is just like that holding grudges quality where it's like, I will never forget what you did. And maybe what they did was like when they were 8 years old, they bumped into you or something like that. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, but to a Scorpio, like you betrayed me. Like you crossed me in a way that I will never forgive.
Yeah. But can we go to the good things?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm really, because there is like, besides that they are told to be manipulative and like too direct and not tapping around your emotions, and yeah, basically I think that's where they get the most hate. But what I love about Scorpios is because with Scorpio you can tell them anything and they will go with you, they will stay with you through the worst possible scenarios if you are gonna tell them that to their face. If you're gonna go behind their back, that's when they are gonna cut you out. But you can tell them everything and they will stay with you.
Yes.
Through if you're gonna tell them, hey, I need to bury a body somewhere, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna help you.
What time? I have something at 7. I can meet you at 9.
And the ability to be able to go through hardships and to overcome everything and then see see the transformative power that it brings. So not being afraid of challenges, of hardships, but like going through it and growing. Like, I think Scorpios are really able to evolve on such a high level because oftentimes they will be confronted in their lives with so much hardship that they build up this resilience, but also the understanding of that things need to be hard sometimes so that we can grow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so true. And Scorpios, they do have that transformative power because they are also ruled by Pluto. And so they are encountering the worst aspects of the human experience. And because of that, they can bring in the best aspects of the human experience. Because it's like, we know all the bad things, like the 7 deadly sins or whatever it is. It's like, lying, envy, manipulation, like all these things. But they don't stop at that. They don't stay in this place of darkness and, like evilness or anything like that. They're able to evolve out of that. And so, that's another thing I really like about Scorpios. And I am a Scorpio. This is also true for me. You can never shock them. Like, literally, I mean, talk to a 15-year-old Scorpio, talk to an 85-year-old Scorpio. It's going to be the exact same. If you're just like, yeah, so I, considered killing a family member, they're like, oh, what did they do? Like, it's not like, you did, like, there's no shock factor because, like, they've literally thought about everything before. These are the people who are not suicidal, but they thought about how they would kill themselves. Like, if it ever like came to that, it's like they just, those taboo subjects, the things that people are like, you can't talk about it, you can't think about it. Scorpios are already there. Like, they're already going underneath the surface. They already know everything. And so it's like, if you have something that you are just so ashamed about, you're so like, just, you can't even believe that you are that awful. If you tell a Scorpio, they're going to normalize it. They're going to be like, that's just part of being human. It's like, I understand, that's really bad, all that stuff, but like, it's okay. Like, that's normal. Like, it's okay that, you had that thought or like whatever it was. So, and that is also where Libra will freak out because they're like, no, everything needs to be okay. Like, we can't talk about this type of thing or whatever. But Scorpio will be like, talk about it. Like, you're already thinking about it. What's wrong, with just saying it out loud?
I think this and that Scorpio is really able to transform something from, that's broken into something that's whole. Like, they are not about starting something new, but for them it's really this transformative process from like really growing from the ashes, like a phoenix. And again, that's gonna depend on how many planets somebody has in their charts and Scorpio or where you have Scorpio, but this is the energy that every one of us has, but you can't be afraid of the darkness. Like, because then you're not gonna be able to tap into that healing energy that is also within the Scorpio.
Yeah. It's so true. And you know, that natural propensity for psychology, like really looking at the human experience, looking underneath the surface to things. And so, you know, yes, you can make broken things whole, but at the same time, you might just realize that you just need to change your perspective and it's not broken at all. It's a new thing, you know? Just
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, I don't think that I have anything else to add because I could go on and on about Scorpios.
All right, let me read your quote. Your willingness to look at your darkness is what empowers you to change. I love that.
Yeah, it's so Scorpio because it's exactly what most people are afraid of, and why so many people don't go along with Scorpios, because everyone is afraid of their darkness, of looking at what's in the corner. But Scorpios have the ability to see it and then to transform it. And
Yeah.
this is where everyone has a little bit of this power.
I love that. That's so good.